Hey guys, Cynthia Maynard here, and Father's Day is coming up soon, and I made this card. Actually, this was a happy birthday one, but it says happy birthday, no one else could fill your shoes, from the Guy Greetings Stampin' Up stamp set, which has lots and lots of nice options here. Love that. Stamp set's very versatile. So this is a happy birthday one, but I'm going to make a Father's Day one using the same sentiment except for Happy Father's Day. No one else could fill your shoes. And I did the shoes, since we're doing the clothing on the outside, kind of try to make it look like a sweater, like a cowl neck sweater with a shirt and his bow tie, and sewed on the little buttons here. So it looks a little more complicated than the time it actually takes to make it. So I thought I would show you. On this one I used a houndstooth, but I just took a piece of, this is from Recollections, cardstock, and it's, roughly 5.5 by 4 1/4, and I just embossed it. I used Sizzix embossing folders, but you could use whatever you have, and I just picked ones that looked sweatery. So I'm going to try this one out on this other card. And I simply, to get the little cowl neck, I'm going to go ahead and cut, whoops, kind of in the middle. And then now I can fold, and I'm going to use my bone folder here, fold these back. To make the opening for our shirt to show through. And then to make the cowl element, it was hard for me to get my corner punch in there. Simply curl that like so. And then that forms our sort of cowl neck style jumper. To get that to stay down, I just simply put some glue dots. Just like that. And to get his little shirt behind there, I've got a little piece of plaid. This is from Simple Stories. And if you've seen my mushroom tag video, it's on, used that there as well, so I had some left over. And so we're just going to attach that like so. And that gives us an anchor point as well for our bow tie. Get your tape runner or whatever glue you need to use. And you could put it on this way. Okay, that way he has his little shirt peeking through there. Now to make our bow tie, I used this Spellbinders die set. It is the tiered multi-loops bows, and it's a great set to have if you can get a hold of it. And I simply took the outer one here and die cut 2 of these. So you can see they really are labels, but when we fold them, they become the side of a bow tie. Fold that without creasing it. Then we're going to, there are holes here, we're going to line up the holes and just take like a paper piercer and kind of thread it on, just so we can get them all lined up for our brad. So once I have that lined up just like that, I'm going to take my brad, that like nuts and bolts kind of a brad, but you could use whatever. On this card I used a brad, just a plain cheapy silver one, and colored it with alcohol marker. So you could do that if you don't have a fancy brad. But I've got this one that is a hexagon, and I'm going to just simply thread it through. And like that. Make sure my little guy isn't showing back here. And then you have your bow tie. A little Doctor Who moment. And then we can just attach it there to the top. Again, you could use a glue dot. You could use whatever stronger adhesive you have to make sure that sticks. So so far. We've got our little sweater type of deal. Now, I mean, not all sweaters. So I guess this is more like a cardigan type of cowl neck cardigan because I put the buttons down it. So you could leave it like that and ink it on top with like a brown, or we could go ahead and sew on the buttons. Now, before we attach this panel to our card base, let's sew first, so that way we don't see all this mucky muck here behind. So I just have some cheapy old buttons here, and I'm trying to do 3 of them because I felt like that would be a balanced, especially they're a little on the bigger side. I would prefer the smaller ones, but it's fine. Any bigger than this would probably be too big. And I've just got some thread, just I just simply put the thread through, brought it through, made a knot at the end, just like you would do any sewing. And we're going to find that first placement, hold it, and then line up our needle, and then poke through. And thread it through. I like the cross diagonal threading thing there, so I'm just going to put the hole right next to it. And then when it's like this is the time to adjust it how you want it. So like that, and then we kind of hold it with our thumb, and we're going to come back through. Just like so. And then across the other way diagonally. So we've created that X. Now if you have a button with just 2 holes next to each other, then just do that. But if you've got one with 4 holes, I thought this was a cute way to do it. Now you could do that a few times depending on how thick you want it. I'm trying to be careful not to squeeze and make my buttons bend my paper. Then you simply tie a knot, leave a little room there, tie our new knot for our new for our next button here, as I line them all back up again because I want to make sure that and then I hold that down and remove the one I'm not doing so that I have my next position held tightly. While I'm holding it still, I'm poking through the back. Don't want to do the sewing part, you could just glue them on. I mean, not that big of a deal, but and then our third one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our card panel and just adhere. We want something strong because we just have a lot of things going on here. And we want to go ahead and put some score tape. I'm a big fan of score tape. It's strong, it's easy to use, you get a ton on a roll for a very good price. So we're just putting some on there. And we're going to line it up first with the bit that can't be changed, which is the fold. We can always trim. We've got our card attached. Now on the inside we have our sentiment. So I've got more of the same bluish, grayish cardstock, and I'm using this Fiskars Corner Punch. Stampin' Up has one as well. This is the one I just had, and I'm trying to pick the most masculine one that I could because it's lace. So we're just going to line up underneath. You can kind of see there. Line that up and punch, and it makes that nice decorative edge. So I have this nice little panel that has the edging, and I've got my stamp set all ready to go. I just adhered Happy Father's Day, No One Else Can Fill Your Shoes, and the shoes. And I'm just going to use some Distress ink in Walnut Stain as it matches my bow tie, and I'm going to ink that up. And just go for it. In the end, if you mess up, just turn the paper over and do it again. Alright, like I did. Look at that. Okay, I did not get my ink on there as well. You have to be careful with these middle ones. Actually, I think I might use a little foam piece here. Alright, that's much better. Okay, so we simply clean our stamp off here. Are going to adhere that. Run over my bad bit there. And I just ran out. Okay, center it. His cute little, that moves by the way because it's on a brad, but so don't get freaked out. But this is our little Father's Day sweater card. Of course you could use this for men, children, birthdays, grandpas, Doctor Who fans, anybody who loves a bow tie. All right. Okay, so to envelope for our Father's Day card, I just have the envelope that comes with the A2 size cards, or you could certainly make one to fit your project. And I've just got like a label die here. It's just kind of a cheapy stamp, wood stamp, and I'm just going to go ahead and ink that up. And just kind of put it, in case you're mailing this, if you're not mailing it, put it wherever you want. But if you are mailing it, of course we want to leave the 2 spots open there. So I'm going to put it in the lower right hand corner here. Just press on that and put them here on my grid. And put it in that same ink. And it just kind of gives a wink and a nod to the card inside, and it kind of piques your curiosity, you know, what's in there. Now, of course, when you put your bow, might get squished a tiny bit, but I think as long as you don't crease it, if you kind of leave it loose, or put this whole envelope scenario into a larger envelope to mail and put fragile on there, I think you'll be okay. If not, if you crease the bows and have them flat, that's not the end of the world either. So it'll still be super cute. So anyway, you can do that with your envelope and just kind of give it an extra special touch, or you could have done that on the back or whatever. But I like that whole idea of having his little shoes there. Love a good wingtip. All right, guys.